Hello. So, we covered the earlier day? I suppose that works. The other day, about the possibility of another team taking over the running of Overwatch League, and, maybe they take in a different direction, whatever, but this is all in response to obviously the Microsoft's acquisition or proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which is going to change a lot of things for a lot of people, I am sure. Now, we're going to bring this back here to talk about the Overwatch League, because there has been another, sources in the news for Overwatch League recently, and this comes back to the teams and what they know about the future plans of the Overwatch League. So, this is on Dextro. So, sources. Our teams unaware of the outsourcing plans and have no access to the Overwatch 2 beta. Overwatch League teams were in the dark about Activision Blizzard's reported plans to outsource the competition and still have not been provided access to the Overwatch 2 beta, multiple sources have told Dextro. So, this is interesting. Some of it is not too surprising, some of it we take with a pinch of salt. Some of it, is yikes. On January the 27th, the Esports Observer reported that Activision Blizzard was expected to hand over operations for its Overwatch League to a third party, in the same way it had partnered with Esports Engine to help run the 2022 season of the Call of Duty League. Multiple sources have told Dextro that teams were unaware of Activision Blizzard's intention and that the developer still has not given any indication as to whether the outsourcing plans will go ahead. Meanwhile, sources have also said that the Overwatch League teams do not have access to the Overwatch 2 beta. They have had to make do with a custom training program, similar to the workshop game mode developed by the Paris Eternal team during the off-season, to scrim and prepare for the league's new 5v5 setup and announced hero changes. This is interesting. Obviously, Activision Blizzard are very, very aware of the possibility of Overwatch 2 and its contents being leaked. Now, they don't want that. No one wants a new game or highly, major changes to a game being leaked, because it kind of kills hype when the game actually releases. And they want the hype for the game releasing. They want people, obviously, to come back to Overwatch, try out and everything. And if they know everything beforehand and they make their own judgment on it, they're not going to go back to it, right? If they don't believe it's what they want. Also, it can come to misconstrued information, and it can get misinterpreted, and then you can go through the problems there. But anyway, it's very difficult. The outsourcing plans most likely are in a very early stage, which would say that it's not going to be in time for the 2022 season. I'd be very surprised if Overwatch League's running changed hands this close to the start of a season. It would be a bit of a yikes, I'm not going to lie. So I would expect a change in management or a change in the running of the Overwatch League to happen between the 2022 and 2023 seasons, if not later. So I don't think that's one thing to be worried about too much right now. And I don't think that's a massive problem for the teams right now. Obviously it is for them long term, and possibly indicating what their investment would be for this season. But to be honest, most of the team's investments right now are done for the 2022 season. So you're kind of doing things, after the horse is bolted, right? So I don't think, in my opinion, that is too much of an issue right now. That is more of an issue for team stakeholders and the much higher ups within the team when they're looking at not a 1 year plan, but like a 4 or 5 year plan for what they want to do with their general assets, right? What they want to do with their teams. So that's more of a problem for them rather than, your GM of your team or anyone like that. I think that's the problem there. And it's going to mean that investment is apprehensive. But then again, every team is apprehensive about investment in the Overwatch League right now, pretty much. They are running very tight budgets. They're not wanting to overspend simply because, well, Overwatch is not the most attractive of prospects to invest in right now. We've said this so many times, so I don't think it changes much in the short term. Obviously, long term, it could change quite a lot. But again, that's something is a case of waiting and seeing. That's why I said that some of this will be you should take with a pinch of salt, because it's not an immediate, oh my god, meltdown. They don't know anything. This is going to be an absolute shitfest, to put it another way. I don't think that's too much of a problem. Now, the bigger problem is the beta, right? Now, there are rumours going around that we could be seeing the announcement of Overwatch 2 beta soon. That'll be good if that does happen, and when I talk about soon, like the next month. But that is all rumours, nothing concrete. So we have to go off what we have right now. And what we have right now is a Premier Esports League for this game, running on a game that will not be released on a pretty alien, I don't say alien looking, but an alien set of rules and stuff like that, 5v5, etc., that no other person on the player's game base will be playing on. Even these players in ranked will not be playing on that, you know, likes of super streaming ranked and stuff like that. It'll be a different experience for them. Now, they are training and scrimming to the best of their abilities on what they will expect to see in Overwatch 2. Now, it is unfortunate if it is the blanket case that they are just using workshop codes and do not have any help. Now, I heavily doubt that they are not getting any help from the devs. That would be a travesty from Blizzard, and I don't think that would happen. The dev team and Overwatch League have always been pretty close in what they do, so I think that is to be taken with a pinch of salt to an extent. This isn't just a, oh my god, someone has just made a random workshop code and they're using it. This isn't like, oh, they're using a Cyter code. It's not that. This is much more developed. Now, it does say that similar to the workshop game mode developed by the Paris Eternal team during the off-season. Now, that was a very early iteration developed by the Paris Eternal. Nicely done. But it says it's similar to it, not the actual code. Now, in that case, who was that code supplied by? That is a very, very big point that is missing from this text that I have not seen. Now, it is highly possible that this code has been provided by the devs. In that case, it is most likely going to be the most accurate training plan available at this point in time. There are drawbacks to this. It is of course a workshop code within the Overwatch 1 engine. Now, we do not know the details of what exactly the Overwatch League will be playing on in its coming 2022 season. Is it an Overwatch 2 beta? Or is it an Overwatch 2 reset? It is a rule set. It is very difficult to understand. When it comes to an early release of Overwatch 2, what does that exactly mean? Does that mean it's the introduction of push with some new maps but no new heroes? Is it new heroes, new hero balancing but no push and no new maps? We don't know. We really, really don't know. The only thing we do know is it's 5v5. So we are still in a bit of a grey area when it comes to exactly what we're going to see, which is rough, being the end of January going into February now. Well, it is February now. Whatever. So this is where things come a little bit unstuck. Now, there are many different ways in which they can handle this. Again, I'm not a game developer, so I am speculating here. But a workshop code would tell me that they're probably not playing with the new heroes, because it was probably quite rough for the devs to make an Overwatch 1 code for the workshop that contains new heroes that are not yet released and has no assets in the Overwatch 1 engine, and possibly don't run that well in the Overwatch 1 engine. So that's rough. We know Overwatch 2 is getting a new engine. Now, obviously, there is the case of new maps. They are almost, unless it's going to be very, very scuffed, they are almost impossible to run on the Overwatch 1 engine because they demand too much from it. Hence, the Overwatch engine was getting upgraded. So you can see the point here of how a workshop code for Overwatch 2 for now what is a professional league to train on can seem a little bit scuffed. Now, there is the idea of leaks to go back to here. Obviously, Overwatch League has a lot of players in it, and a lot of stuff could go wrong. Players, management, orgs, anywhere where a substantial amount of this could get leaked. Now, I find it funny that not a single drip leak has come out of any Overwatch 2 stuff. Now, either they have a very good NDA agreement with the whole league, or everyone's being very, very well tight-lipped about it because it's in their contracts, or it simply doesn't exist. Either way, my idea is that if I had been the league, I would have done something, the Overwatch League replay viewer, remember that thing? Some sort of special temporary client that is running an extreme early version of Overwatch 2, because we know Overwatch 2 was playable, because we saw it at the very last BlizzCon, that would somehow help them train on the newest look Overwatch. That is something I think would have been extremely beneficial to the Overwatch League teams. Now, there is no guarantee that that does not exist. There's no guarantee that that does not exist. And there is absolutely no guarantee that these players have not actually played Overwatch 2. Some of them have, because some of them played it at BlizzCon when it was released or announced. So there's no guarantee that these players have not had access to, not had the ability to play Overwatch 2. Access is a very loose term, because access can mean that they do not have 24/7 access to a client running Overwatch 2 that they can train on every single day. It could mean that. However, it could mean that they have no access whatsoever to Overwatch 2 and have been using Overwatch 1 this entire time. It could also mean, which is another possibility and another option you could always look down, they want to keep it tightly within the Overwatch League. Now, a lot of teams, as you all know, scrim contenders teams. Overwatch League scrim contenders teams. It's a regular thing, right? Is it possible that these workshop codes will be being used against Overwatch contenders teams, and when it's an in-house Overwatch League scrim, they are able to use more assets from the devs, including perhaps a client? We don't know that. Again, I am completely, just theorizing here. This is nothing concrete. I am not taking this from Dexro or anything. Don't quote me on this. This is me brainstorming for ideas they could have done, or perhaps what's happening that we don't know about. I find it very odd that teams have not had any communication or any idea of what is going on with Overwatch 2. Because that just seems completely unfeasible, especially what the Overwatch 2 will look like for our 2022. There has to be some sort of communication, otherwise these teams would be up in arms, and there would be significant backroom problems with the Overwatch League. Now, hopefully it does go all well. This is going to be a very big teller for Overwatch 2, especially it depends on what happens with it. We still have no idea when this game is going to come out, and no matter what the rumours say, we still have no idea when a beta is going to come out. So, we need to take this with a pinch of salt. There is a lot of information here, and I urge people to just wait and see. This can be read as a real bad thing, or it could just be hype around a possible bad thing that's not really that bad. So just take that into account. But we're short on Overwatch news at times, so I thought I'd make a video on it. It's going to be an interesting couple of months, and a very big couple of months, because not only is it going to determine whether we're going to see anything or have any sort of information or hands-on experience of Overwatch 2 before the Overwatch League starts. We'll also get more information, I'm sure, on what exactly the Overwatch League will look like, because at the moment it's a little bit thin on the ground, the information, not gonna lie. But what I'm hoping is, and again, there is still that mega amount of hype from the content creators meeting that is still under NDA. So And what I'm hoping is that maybe those rumours are right and we do get to see a little bit of Overwatch 2, even if it's a little snippet of a beta that we can then just have this big discussion about. It'll make the transition for the league coming back much easier, and everyone will be able to settle down and say, okay, wow, this is happening, this is going to happen, we're going to see this, it's not going to be that long, and finally we have something tangible, hands-on, that we can work with. Because the only tangible hands-on thing that has happened with Overwatch 2 was when it was announced at BlizzCon that people could actually try it, and it was a small PvE try and PvP for push. So hopefully we get some more news soon, and again, I will be making videos on it if we do get news. If we don't get news, I will try and make videos on something, but it can be a little bit tough at times when there's no news around to make videos on. Content drought. It's still going, but hopefully the content drought ends soon, because believe me, when we get more Overwatch news, when we get Overwatch 2 and Overwatch League and all this news coming out, which will inevitably come at some point, my goodness me, the content will flow again, not just from here, but from everywhere, and it will be amazing. It will be like turning back the clock. So you have got that to look forward to. Look on the bright side of things. But I'm going to leave it here for this one. Make sure to give a subscribe if you enjoyed the video, give it a like if you enjoyed it as well, share it around, it does help get the channel noticed and helps me out a massive amount. If you do enjoy my content, make sure to follow the Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I already set this up to this channel, so, Also hit the bell if you want to know when videos come out. That's a good idea as well. I will leave it here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.